Welcome back to the Magic Hours. I am Zoe Flowers, and we are going to look at the decks that I am using for Aries season. It is the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the multitude of decks that I am hoping to have the opportunity to use all these decks for Aries season. Okay, so first off, some of them I have the boxes for, some of them I don't, because I just took them all, I adjusted them all early this morning because I am a late night owl, so to speak. So yeah. So the first deck we have here is the Tea Leaf deck, the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. Since I got this, it's pretty much been a staple in the collection. There hasn't really been a season that I haven't used this deck, because I really like, well, more than even these, what I really like is the months of the year. So I've been using that quite a bit, those readings, to help tell time, because that's something that I really hadn't been able to do with my other decks. So I'm really glad to be able to get a little bit more thorough with my time. So yeah, so this is one of the decks that I'm using. Another deck that came out is the animal medicine cards. So these are the animal cards that I haven't used in a minute. Although it is interesting how this green is interacting. So we'll see how it is on camera. But yeah, I'll be using the medicine deck. And I already did a test last night, and maybe I'll do that at the end so you can see how the cards read together, all the cards that I have chosen. As a matter of fact, I think that I'll leave out the Mountain Lion. And we dug out Mystic Mondays. Haven't really used Mystic Mondays in a minute, but definitely going to, bring her out for Aries season. And as you can see, they read together quite nicely. And then, of course, I'm glad to be able to dig this bad boy out, or bad gal, the Mystic Mondays Crystal Grid. So we'll be using that. Because again, Aries is vibrant, right? It's fiery. So the cards that I chose are more shiny, more glossy than I've been using recently. And I felt like, you know what? Aries season will be the perfect time. Sorry if you hear that. That's me putting the cards in the boxes. Aries would be the perfect time to dig out the glossy cards. Another deck that I haven't really used publicly is the Making Magic. And it is a sigil deck. I use this deck a lot privately. Like I said, it's not really one that I use even with clients, really, because I do use it for spell work, to empower the stuff that I do. And so I really haven't I don't even know if I've shown it on camera, maybe a long time ago, but I love working with sigils. I know that people can make their own, but I really like these. And so these stay on my altar year round, just like powering up my altar. And some of them, as a matter of fact, I have the sun and the water symbol over there now. I need to grab that since I'm going to be using these this month. But I have those cards over there now. But I just love these sigils. And one of the things that I do is I trace these, and I carry some of the symbols with me. Oh, you know what? I'm just remembering. I had some of the sigils under the bed that I was sleeping on, and that bed is gone. I had that bed taken out. So that sigil went with it. But yeah, I love this. So I'm excited to dig into these for Aries season. Again, it has that high gloss, which, it's not my favorite. And also, I find, at least right now, the phase I'm in right now, which I think I talked about in the Not My Aesthetic video, I really prefer the muted tones. But anyway, so now I'm going to pull out some staples that don't really go anywhere. So we've got the Past Life. So this doesn't really go anywhere. It stays in the drawer right next to me. And but I'm going to intentionally work with it for Aries season for sure, because I love it. And since we are along the lines of the past lives, the other deck that I'm going to be using for Aries season is the Ancestor Spirit. What is this called? I just got these, so y'all should have seen these in a couple of the videos that I had. What is this? The Ancestor Spirit? I can't even remember the name, but anyway, it's the Ancestor deck. So you can see how nicely those match with the past life, and even with these in a way. Lovely. Love it, love it, love it. So that helps to give, I'll use these for my ancestor messages. So I believe that this is another deck that won't be going anywhere. It'll just stay in rotation regardless of what, what season I'm in. They'll just stay in rotation because I do ancestor readings. And so, when you think about something like how is using the past life with the ancestor deck, right? Like matching those together to see like what the past life influence is and what the ancestor group that it's related to. So that's very interesting. That's very exciting. What else am I using? Another one that goes nowhere, but that I'm going to be intentionally using for Aries season. I actually didn't use, I don't think I used, no, I had to have used Isis at least once for, I'm sure I did in Pisces season, but yeah, because I think I did, I think I did, but yeah. I mean, we use her. She goes nowhere. She stays in the drawer right next to me. You bring me joy. And yeah, drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think of the collection so far. I've been getting some nice comments on the collection that I am curating over here. And I'm also very interested in, collaborating and doing like readings with other tarot readers. So if y'all are interested, hit me up. I always like to have some variety. Okay, so it's not just me, it's like I want to have fun. I want to be more a part of the community. Excuse me. Okay. What's next? Gosh, yeah, it's spring, huh? Lord Jesus. There's not even any pollen on the trees. Okay, so another deck that I haven't used in so long because it's just not one of my faves. In fact, I might start looking for another chakra deck, or if you all have a chakra deck that you like, let me know. But I was drawn to take this one out. It does read well. I can't say it doesn't read well because it does. Just visually, it's not really. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wow. What did I spill on this thing? Why are they sticking together like that? I got these maybe about 4 years ago. And again, they're fine, but I'm sure there's a better deck out there, but I do feel like it's pretty perfect for Pisces season. As I look at it now, it's starting to make sense why. And let's see how it matches with some other decks that I have. So the other deck that we're using is the Luminous Astrology. Right? This is very fiery to me. All right, they got that high gloss. Yeah, and I don't use these enough. I'm looking forward to using those. And then another new deck that I absolutely adore is the Divine Feathers. Oh my God, I've used this like in every reading since I got it. I even did work with an organization that I consult for on some racial equity work. And I closed out our call last week with this deck, and it was so appropriate to the work that we're doing together. So this might be another staple, this might be one that doesn't go away. So that's cool. That's totally cool. Oh my God. What if I did? Would that be super irritating if I did a whole reading in like a Valley Girl voice? As it is, I say like too much. I was listening to, for those of you all that don't know, I just started a podcast, the Magic Hours podcast. And I was editing yesterday, and I've got to stop saying like. I say like so much. It's a little outrageous. So here's another deck that I haven't used in a bit. I'm not quite sure why it's coming out for Aries season, but I'm sure it will let me know. And do you all have the other Monology Oracle deck? If you do, let me know what you think about it. I'm not going to get it, I don't think, because it seems pretty similar, like that Rose deck by Rebecca Campbell. I have the Starseed and I have the Work Your Light. And it just seemed a little too similar to me, so I didn't feel the need to buy it. But let me know if you all like that. Wow, I'm doing really good on time. Only 15 minutes? Wowzers. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. Okay. So along the lines of bright, shiny, fiery, we have Rebel Deck, Sacred Creators, Prism Oracle. I thought I would use this Rebel Deck a lot more than I actually do. I never use it, like, ever. It's not everyone else's fault. It's your, I don't know, I guess because it doesn't feel like it's in my voice, which is interesting. I never thought about decks resonating in my voice before. I feel like this voice is a very specific voice. She said without saying, that I find irritating, but it's fine. We'll see how it does for Aries season. So along with this, I'm going to one of my all-time favorites, the Threaded Heart. That's not right. It's not the Threaded Heart. This is the Tattoo. My bad. The Tattoo Tarot. I did this. This came up in my. I did this in my 7 Deadly Sins video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link for it in here because I think it's funny. But I feel like these will read nicely together for some reason. Let's see. These I didn't test last night, but just visually they feel like. Oh wow! Look at that. That's cool. Yeah, that's lit. Yeah, this stop whining. Like, whatever. I'm going to use it. It's fine. That's pretty. I like that. Okay. What else am I using? Oh yeah, let's leave one of these out. So the other things I'm pairing, again, is the Sacred Creators by Chris Ann. I feel like this pairs really nice. And pairing that with the Prism Oracle for the color therapy readings. Just gives it that extra. And then if we add in our tarot, again, I just feel like it gives it such a full reading when you add all these things together. When you mix all these cards together, they just read so nicely. And pulling up the rear. I'm forgetting what I'm doing. I'm literally forgetting what I'm doing. Okay. Pulling up the rear, we have the self-care. I also feel like I'm in need of another self-care deck. I have 2 of them. I do love this deck, but I'm feeling that itch. So again, if you have Maybe the universe has your back. I've been shying away from that one, but maybe. If folks have, the universe has your back, let me know how it reads for you. But yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Obviously goes really nicely with that. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And last, but never, oh, no, we're not last. We're not quite at last yet. Second to last. So if I was going to do an archetype reading, and actually one of my siblings, I should say, is gifting me with a new archetype deck. So I absolutely cannot wait to get my hands on that. Bad gal. But for right now, we will stick with the Wild Unknown archetype deck by, Kim Krantz. I was blanking for a minute. And I think this will be great for, this deck is so very, very, very specific that it's another one that I absolutely love, but I don't pull from it that often. So I did when I first got it, but I'm going to absolutely, especially now that I see how nice it looks, with this, it just looks really nice. Wow. Maybe I can go away and just have 2 decks. I said that last month when I got some new decks, and I was like, oh, maybe I could just travel with these 2 decks and feel complete. Some people pack a lot of clothes. I pack a lot of cards because you just never know what's going to happen. What kind of tarot emergency might crop up, and I need my decks. I don't know. It's weird. I didn't used to be like this. I promise. Okay, now last, but never least. Never least, darling. Never least. We have the Green Witch Oracle. I had pulled out the magic herbs as well, but when I started to lay her down with the other ones, she just wasn't, she wasn't giving. So it's just this one. I don't know what is going on with my lighting. Oh my gosh. Well, it's really cloudy outside, first of all, but I just got this huge shadow box light. I don't know what's going on with this lighting. But I love this. I feel like this is perfect for spring. This is so nice for spring. Really, really lovely. Oh, beautiful. Beaut. And then, of course, we do the pairing. All right. We pair everybody together and see how they... I was telling someone in the comments that I do, like in my tarot journal, I bought the Modern Witch journal. It wasn't really what I expected, but I use it anyway, the best I can. But I created like these little tarot and oracle family trees so I can remember who plays nice with whom. So I like that. think that's lovely. The other thing I'm finding super interesting is the way the green is reacting to my camera. I did something with my settings. I don't know. So that's what I have. I think that's it. That's all I'm using. That's all. That's it. Okay, girl. Yeah, but that's all I'm going to be using for Aries season. I did really well with Pisces season. I did not. Is that true? Wait a minute. No, it's not. I was going to say I didn't deviate from what I had chosen, but I did deviate a little bit during Pisces season because I bought new decks during Pisces season, and then I wound up using those a ton. But for the most part, I stuck with what I said I was going to do, and because I usually get kind of restless towards the end and I want to bring in new decks, and it's like, but no, Zoe, you committed to using these decks so that you can build relationships with them. So that's where we are, friends. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye.